this episode of Sailing Safar, I depart Lagos Marina and aim for the Canary Islands. It's a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're about sort of 20 miles out now from Lagos. And I'm starting to think maybe I've made a mistake. I knew the wind was going to be on the nose for this passage, but it is dead on the nose right now, and we've motored for like the last 4 hours and not really making a lot of progress. There's swells starting to roll in. Sort of thinking maybe I should just head back towards Portugal, spend a night or two at anchor, and then reassess the situation then. But the stubbornness in me is telling me just carry on, get through this bit of a section, and maybe the wind will fill in. So yeah, I'm not sure yet what I'll do. Let's watch this space. Good morning on day 2. Bit of a breezy night. Probably see the video. Hopefully the footage came out well of me putting the second reef in the main. So we're having around about sort of fairly consistent 25 knots, but then gusting much stronger. So yeah. That and all the traffic and things last night, I didn't get the best sleep really, but then that's the life of a solo sailor. So looking at the forecast for today and for the rest of this passage, it's just getting worse and worse. Not necessarily like weather wise, but the originally when I planned this passage, I knew it was going to be sort of on the nose all the way, so we'd be beating towards the Canaries, but it seems like the wind is now also almost dropping out to nothing, and it's just going to leave me in a big wind hole for potentially 4 days. And then even then, what wind there is, I'll still be beating. So I'm really unsure about whether I should continue or whether I should just down helm and head to Gibraltar and just go into the Mediterranean. I continued aiming towards the Canaries for another hour, but after reviewing the forecast again, I decided I'd made the wrong decision, so I turned the boat round and aimed for the Mediterranean instead.
A couple of reasons. I need to get the boat hauled out, and I need to have a little bit of work undertaken to her. So the Mediterranean is substantially cheaper than the Canaries to have that done. Also, the conditions to sail to the Med right now, we are on a broad reach and we are flying there, so it's perfect sailing now. Yeah, my life doesn't need to be a hard beat to windward all the time. Beam reaching now, so that is the wind coming from the side of the boat for the non-sailors, which is my favourite point of sail, I think. And for a cutter rig like Safar, it's her It's her fastest point of sail. So there's about 17 knots of wind coming from a southerly direction, and we are just running pretty much due east to Gibraltar now, or that's the plan for now. I mean, who knows, maybe it might a little change again shortly. But yeah, we're steaming along. I feel more like the skipper of a rocket ship right now as we surf down the waves. You know, we're seeing sort of 8-9 knots appear for a few seconds before it drops back down again to 5.5, 6. But yeah, we are making some great speed.
Good morning on day 3, at sea, day 3. We are, what are we? We are 80 miles west of Gibraltar, of Tarifa at least. And it is 7 a.m. So we're just going to make best speed we can to try get there. As quick as we can today. It's likely going to be about 15 hours to get to Tarifa, and I'm still not sure whether I can anchor there yet. I know the actual main port on the east side. Last time I anchored there, the police came and took me away. So yeah, I won't be anchoring there again.
I took the staysail down last night, packed it all away. The wind had come sort of right round, so it was a real sort of broad reach, almost running, and the staysail was just blanketing the Yankee, and it's the Yankee, it's got the most sail area, and it's the bigger, it's the bigger driver for the boat. I thought I'll pack the staysail away, and the Yankee will do all the work, and that will pull the boat all the way to Gibraltar. But as you see now, the wind's actually the wind's backed more to sort of easterly, well, east by south. Oh, I got salt in my coffee. Yeah, the wind is back to like an east-southeasterly direction. So yeah, it's just sort of forward of the beam now, which is absolutely fine. I mean, it's better for us if we get a bit of a bit of breeze and we can get the staysail up again and yeah, get trucking. So I think we're doing about 5.5, 6 knots at the moment, which is good. The swell has dropped right down as well, so we're no longer surfing the waves and getting the big numbers anymore. Right, wonder how this tastes now. Yeah, it's still good, still coffee. So if you can see, there's a little mark on my nose, and I think there's a little mark just below my eye. That's from last night. I had a little tussle with the staysail sheet, and it won. Yeah, I was doing a little job by the mast, and as the boat came down a wave, it knocked the wind out of the sail, so it flogged just for a second, but it was the flogging, the sheet just whipped me straight across the face. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant, but it could have been much worse, that's for sure. Anyway, let's do a quick chart update. So we are here, and that is roughly 64 miles away from Tarifa, and we're hoping that we can anchor in here and spend the night there, and then in the morning I'll lift anchor straight away and I'll work my way then to Gibraltar, which is about a 15-mile passage from Tarifa. Good afternoon on day 3. So we, hopefully you can see this, we are just approaching the Gibraltar Strait, and I think earlier I mentioned that my initial intention was going to anchor here in Tarifa, but subsequently I've been told that is definitely not possible. They'll just chase me away. So I've decided what I'll do instead is I'll just go straight up into Gibraltar. So because the plan has changed, I now need to do a slightly different passage plan. So having a look at the tidal atlas, Gibraltar can be really tidal with very strong current, so you need to sort of give it a bit of respect, I suppose. So I can see that it shows here that there is an east-going tide 3 hours before high water Gibraltar. So east-going 3 hours before. So that's what we need to aim for. So looking at Gibraltar, you can see that high water is going to be at 12:52 this evening. 3 hours before, so that's 9:52. Now, fortunately for me, my ETA at this first waypoint on the entrance of Gibraltar is 9:45 this evening, so that it has worked out perfectly. So, if you can see in the distance, we have the continent of Africa, and then on the port side we have Europe. So that obviously means we are approaching the Mediterranean, which is really kind of cool.
Fortunately, the wind has almost completely dropped out now, so yeah, only the apparent wind we're generating from just using the engine right now is just filling these sails, but I'll pack them away and save them from flogging themselves. Obviously this time I'll probably do it with greater care so I don't end up with damaging my money maker. That's not true, it's probably an improvement at this point. It's very peaceful right now. Yeah, very flat. I'm glad I wasn't relying on just sailing in here. So yeah, as you can see, I've put the foresails away. Nav lights are also on, and I've kept the main up for the non-sailors. The reason that I've just left the main up is that in the swell, with the boat rocking from side to side, having the main up just offers a bit of resistance to the rolling, so it just steadies the boat out a little bit and slows the roll down. So usually I'll drop the main just before I anchor. So yeah, what a beautiful evening. I've got about, I guess it's going to be around 30 miles now to motor, so it's quite a lot really. So I'm going to get a pot of coffee going soon. That'll help keep me awake for this trip. But yeah, Safar's performed really well. Yeah, the boat never lets me down. Yeah, I'll let go long before she will. As the night set in, I didn't film my passage through the Gibraltar Strait, primarily because it's one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world and I needed all of my concentration. Good afternoon in a very sunny Gibraltar. We've just had a bit of a nightmare this morning. My phone ran out of data and then I couldn't get hold of anyone from the network to increase my limit. I needed to be able to contact the marinas and just to try and book a berth and stuff, but yeah, after a lot of hassle, I'm all sorted now, and I have one of the last remaining berths. All of the main marinas are sort of full with people berthing here for the winter, but so I dropped anchor last night, so I'm in a little anchorage. You can see there's all these catamarans next to me. So yeah, I'm just gonna heave anchor now and then head towards the marina. It should be good for a few days. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will either see you on the next adventure or down in the comment section.